Hi everyone, I'm Hannah and I have been painting murals for 20 years. I've painted nearly 2,000 murals and I realized what I want to do now, the coolest thing that I can do now is to give you guys all the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years about painting murals. So I want to do it for free. I want to do it on YouTube. So if you guys could subscribe, then I will keep doing them and I will teach you guys everything I know. I was going to do this in my art studio because I thought it would look nice and fancy, but then I realized, you know what? My life is messy. This is my messy garage. This is where a lot of magic happens. So I want to be real with you guys and just show you what real life looks like. I don't look perfect when I go to work. My murals turn out pretty awesome, but my life is kind of a mess sometimes. So that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to show you this bag right here. It's not beautiful, but it helps me create murals every day. I bring this bag with me every day. It's full of a zillion things. I honestly don't even know what's in here. I didn't look through before I started this video, but I want you guys to see what I bring every day and what I use. So what I'm going to do is it's a little unboxing video of sorts. I'm just going to start pulling stuff out and describe why I use them. I've painted so many murals over the years that I've learned to just always be prepared. I always have everything in my car at all times. I don't pack up every day. My van is just full of stuff. I could show up and paint, an 80-foot tall mural any day of the week as long as I had a lift and I'd be fine. I have enough paint. I have enough of everything. So this is just what I like to have to be prepared. This is not my paint. It's actually not even my paint brushes. Not, of course, my ladders and stuff, but this is like all the little things that I need that help me create art. So let's just start from the top. Who knows what'll happen? This is reusable sandpaper. I started using reusable sandpaper a little while ago. It's really cool. You can clean it off. I like to have sandpaper every day because if you show up and the wall is not ready to be painted on, if there's paint chipping off, you need to get it off. If you're painting on metal, you need to sand it. Any surface that's really shiny, you got to get it ready for paint. So lots of sandpaper. We'll probably find a lot of that in here. Gloves. I normally don't wear gloves, but I started to recently because my fingernails had been just wrecked from ladders and stuff over the years. So I've been trying to take better care of my hands. So those are good for sanding and stuff, especially. Shower cap, little plastic shower caps. This is a new trick I learned. I use these to cover up small paint trays, small rollers. I wrap my brushes in them. I buy a bag of them. They're like a few cents a piece and they're awesome. Lots of sidewalk chalk. Got bags full of it. Big pieces. This is another thing of sidewalk chalk. Another thing of sidewalk chalk. I use sidewalk chalk all the time. I try to be careful with the colored pieces because if you draw with a blue chalk, sometimes it'll get mixed up in your paint, if you're painting white on top of it. So it's good to have different colors for different paint colors. And I use these big guys, and then I also use the small school chalk, which is really good for more fine line work. But yeah, I always have a lot of that. Plastic bags, a little broom and dustpan for when I make a mess. Not that I would ever make a mess. Tape, painter's tape. I don't use that much painter's tape, to be honest. I have gotten really good at pulling a straight line. I'll do another video about brushes and stuff and helping pull straight lines. I just don't like tape. It's kind of wasteful. When you need it, you need it. Sometimes it bleeds. There's tips to help with that. But I do always have some just in case. Trash. This is a small caution tape, which is really good. I also have a big roll of the yellow caution tape, but this bright colored one, I use it to mark off at schools, if I don't want the kids coming in. This one's just tiny, which is great. It's just small, so it's easy to carry around. You can see I wrapped it back up because I like to reduce, reuse, recycle. And yeah, I use it for a lot of different things. If I need to draw a circle, sometimes I'll use it, stuff like that. Sunscreen, because you need to take care of yourself. Empty water bottle. This is a little thing of rags, paint rags, magic eraser covered in paint. These are really good for wiping, cleaning walls that have a little bit of dirt on them, or cleaning chalk off. They're a really fine sandpaper. They're super cheap, but they're super nice to have. This is a thing of all of my shower caps. More rags, more gloves. Here's my caution tape. I started carrying this a little while ago. Um, this is cool because it helps to close the paint cans. The new plastic paint cans, I think, are terrible. They're really hard to close again. I honestly can barely ever close paint cans because I'm so messy and I'm pouring them and then it gets caught in the rim. And so, but this does help to close up paint cans. And then it's just good to have some pliers and stuff. And, it's kind of heavy, but it does the trick. Apparently, I have a lot of painter's tape in here. This bag, I go through it maybe every like 6 months or something to clean it out, but it just kind of becomes a huge receptacle of stuff, and sometimes it's hard to find stuff. But that's how I roll. I'm not super organized. I see videos where people have these like beautiful containers where all their brushes are laid out, and that's just not how I work. So yeah, it works. These are just like paper face masks. I have these probably during COVID, but also like when need be if I have some nasty chemicals or stuff that I'm working with. More rags. Ooh, this is a good one. A wire brush. This is very important if you're going to be working above concrete. If you ever get any drips on it, you just pour some water, scrub it, and it comes right out. So these are super good. I wear these down to like nothing. They start breaking off, but if you ever drip on concrete, this is the way to go. This is a paint scraper. These are really great to have, especially like I was saying, prepping a wall. Like prepping a wall is one of the most important things. You need to get any chipping paint and stuff off of there. So these are great for just getting everything off the wall before you start. Because if you're painting a mural on top of paint that is chipping or wants to come off, your mural is going to come off. You need to start with a good substrate. So this is key. It also has all other kinds of bottle openers and different things on it, which are sweet. So this is like a really lightweight spackling. It's really good just for interior. So tiny nail holes, that kind of stuff. It's like really, really lightweight, dries in like a minute. So this is super good to have. I have duct tape if I need to, like, my assistants use it sometimes, like duct tape their phone to the wall. Duct tape's just, everybody needs duct tape. Different kinds of tape, just because, why not? Contractor's pencils. These are the big fatty pencils because the little like normal #2 pencils, they just like fall apart when you're writing on a wall. So these are super thick lead. You have to have a special sharpener. It usually comes with one. I have a bunch of them. And these are great to have. I wear like a little waistband thing that holds a bunch of my tools, and I keep a few little contractor's pencils in there. I will draw with pencil if I need something to look like more precise. If I'm drawing a face or something that like really needs more definition than chalk will give me, then I use pencil. I do not use like Sharpies or anything because Sharpies will bleed through your paint. So don't use Sharpies. This is a sanding block. It's just easier to hold if you're sanding. It's not as rough, but it does the trick. Measuring tape. I have a little one that's probably a 10-foot that I keep in my little waist pouch, but this one is like a big boy. It's like 30 feet long, so always good. We're getting to the bottom here. It's kind of nasty. Some steel wool. I use that just kind of for sanding and stuff as well. It kind of works differently, and sometimes it works really well for stuff, so I like to have some. Little broom. So at the end of the day, if I need to clean up, I like to keep everything looking nice afterwards. So my clients are super happy with how stuff looks. Oh man, this is good. Oh, there's paintbrush. Pretty new one actually. Screwdriver. This is one that has like, flips back and forth between Phillips and flathead. And then even bigger on this side. These are great to have. I have like a tiny one that I keep on me at all times too. I've got some stir sticks because, in the bottom here, it's getting kind of gross. I have a pair of sunglasses that I got for free at Gay Pride from Mission Fed. I like to have a bunch of these like cheap giveaway sunglasses everywhere just because like I ruin my sunglasses all the time. And so I just like to have these just in case. This I think is a wood grainer. I'm not even sure. It's been in there a while. I've got a bunch of paint can openers, another little hammer, which is pretty sweet. Good to have. Lots of sandpaper in here. And then this guy has a bunch of pencils and all of my tools in it. So I've got like the sharpeners for the big contractor's pencils in here. I've got some spray caps because sometimes I spray paint, not very often. I have a pin with a guy's face on it that he gave to me while I was working one day because, Why not? I make a lot of friends. Scissors, of course. Some pens, earplugs, very important. I've been on like construction sites where like the fire alarm goes off for 15 minutes. And so these come in handy when I need them. I do have some Sharpies and like these construction markers for writing on stuff. Super useful. Yeah, so that's that little bag of tricks. What else do I have in here? I've got like a little tiny level. I have a 2-foot one that I use probably every mural almost. This is just a little guy I have just in case I don't have the 2-foot one on me. And then I also have like a 5 or 6-foot one, which is great when you need it, but it's also so big that it's like kind of unwieldy if you're trying to hold it and draw. So it's good to have like different size levels, just because you never know when you need them. And oh, this is like Floetrol. It's like you put it in paint, especially on hot days. I honestly don't use it very much. A lot of muralists have recommended it to me. Clearly, it's like falling apart. But what it does is it just makes it so your paint doesn't dry as fast, because when you're working outside, it's hot, and I use just a big like painter's tray. It can dry really quickly. So you put some of this on top, and I usually just use water just because that's what I have, but this works better. I just tend to not be organized enough to find it and make it happen. So, and a little foam brush, another little wire brush. You know, these foam brushes, some people love them, but I honestly don't ever use them. I think I used to use them when I would do like window painting. It's only really good on a super smooth surface. So I don't recommend, but and then in the bottom, there's a bunch of dirt and old chalk and stuff. So yeah, that is what I bring with me every day. So, you know, some days I know I'm going to need different stuff, and so I throw some other stuff in my car. I also have a big bag of brushes that I bring with me. I'll do another video on that. But yeah, I know that I just like, I've been doing this for 20 years. When I started, it was scary. You know, I probably cried every day I was painting a mural when I first started. And, you know, I didn't know, like, could you mix like semi-gloss paint with flat paint? Like, was it going to peel off the wall? You know, like I was just afraid of everything. And so I've learned over the years that, like, honestly, most things will be fine. Don't worry too much. But there weren't outlets for me to get information 20 years ago. And so I really want to be that outlet for you guys. I have a ton of people that reach out to me every day wanting info, asking questions, and I want to give that. And so it's hard for me to find time to do it on a one-on-one basis. So I'm going to start making these videos and just teaching you all the things that people ask me and all the things that I've like struggled with over the years. And so you guys aren't crying at work every day, because now I feel super confident. I still have days where I'm scared and I think I've messed up, and I still do mess up. That's life. You know, life is messy. That's what we're seeing. So yeah, I'd really like to keep making these videos and spreading all this like good information and like supporting other artists, because I do not want to gatekeep this stuff. I want all of you guys to paint a million murals, because the world is a better place when there's more murals in it, because it's more art, it's better for communities, and I want to be here for you guys. So yeah, and what I want is I don't want you guys to have to pay for it. That was my goal. Like, people are like, oh, you should make a course. You should charge for it. And like, I don't want to charge artists. I know it's hard when you're an artist starting out. So I want to give you guys this information for free. And the way that I can do that is like, let's make YouTube pay for it. So if we could do that, that would be phenomenal. So if you guys subscribe, follow me on Instagram. It's just at Hannah's Murals. And yeah, hopefully I'll make a lot more videos for you guys and teach you a lot more cool stuff. Thanks.